Greetings, fellow crafters. In this video we are going to do a post review for the Eagle and Castle, the Owl and Castle one. Stick around for my thoughts. Welcome back to the channel. This is your Hallow Queen speaking, and today we're going to do a post review on the one I just finished, which is the Eagle and Castle, or so it was called. It's a owl slash Harry Potter themed painting. I got it finished. It took longer than I expected, mostly because I had to stop this one and start with the Snow Sisters, but it is now finished. It is the 8th of June. And I finished it later last night. Didn't have much in the way of trash drills. Most of these were actually just hangers on in the wrong spot. And I didn't feel like going through to try and figure out where they belong, so they went and ended up in there. So that's going to go in the skull in a minute. I didn't have any problem with running out of any drills. Still lots of black, although I did end up needing all 3 bags. This is what's left of the 3rd bag. As you may remember from me de-kitting the Snow Sisters, I had actually had all this done in baggies, and I wasn't planning on moving it over to here, and then I just decided at some point that I wanted to. These little guys cannot hold a full bag though. I had to switch to the 2nd bag before I moved into these, and this little guy could not hold all of the black for that one bag, let alone all 3 bags that I had to put in. So we had to do a little bit of finessing with that. But I still got lots of every color left over, so that was not a problem. And the drills were pretty good for the most part. And here is the painting. Look at the shine on that. All right. I didn't have too many problems with this. There were no DMC numbers. This was a 30 by 40 in canvas size, as was in the unboxing, which I will link up in the eye. And even with the canvas size, it was a little bit odd because, as you can see, the scale here is a little bit cut off. So this ended up being, I think, probably a 25 by 35 was the measurements I had, but it will be in the unboxing. For the most part, the symbols were clear. I did have problems with F. Let me bring you in a little closer here and show you. They had both E and F on the canvas, which, if they're done in different colors, is not a problem. But the E is in a purple right here, and the F is also in a purple, and they were pretty much, it's white on purple for both of them, and they were very similar in shade. So they would be right next to each other, like all around the moon here, because they were separate. I think this is probably the F here and this is the E, but even down in here in the book, they were right next to each other. So the way I work is I will start at the top. I'll start in this top corner, pull down a couple inches of the cover, and start laying down my drills. I'll pick the most abundant color that I can find and fill up my tray and work my way across. So if I've already got drills all around the spot where it says either E or F, and the drills aren't quite exactly where they're supposed to be, an E can look an awful lot like an F when they're the same color letter on the same background and very close together. So that was a problem. There was another 2 that I had difficulty with. What were they? Oh, H and N. Again, same thing. There's a lot of purple in this. H and N, both white on purple, and there were a couple of spots. There was a spot in here where they were actually almost double printed, so they were blurry. It was only one spot, and I think it was right here at the base of the candle. So things like H and N and E and F that are very similar in shape became really, really difficult. And I am missing my main lights. Let's turn those on. Okay, so H and N and E and F were a problem. I would suggest, if you're going to use light, I would suggest to whoever's watching this who actually has some power to do it, if you're going to use E and F or an H and N in the same painting, that they're on very different colors, because that does become confusing. Otherwise, I think this worked out pretty well. If I was going to recommend somebody get this particular painting, oh, I got one popping up. See if I can get you to set back down. Yeah, there we go. Probably gonna seal this because they don't always want to stay down. Like, I haven't had serious problems with popping drills, but I've had a few little issues. I have seen this, I got this on Amazon, but I have seen this image on Amazon, I've seen it on Wish, I've seen it on AliExpress, I've seen it in a lot of different places. If you can get it in bigger than 30 by 40, I would recommend that, because it's pretty clear at 30 by 40. Like, I'm not disappointed with it, but I think it would look better a little larger. So that is pretty much everything I need to say about Owlin Castle, because I'm not calling it Eaglin Castle. This is definitely an owl. The castle you can make out. I was a little worried about that. That's a tower there, and there's more up here about it. It is a little dimmer. I have seen people do some modifications with this, where they've changed out some of the drills to make the castle more obvious. Another modification people have done is take the arms of the glasses and make them black so they're more obvious. And then they put always, and then up here in white they picked out always and did the Deathly Hallows symbol. I chose not to do that because I'm still learning, but it turned out wonderfully. I'll see if I can find a picture of the person and post it either in the video or link to it. But it turned out quite nice too, so that's another option. Since these are your projects, you can change them up however you like. But I'm quite happy with it. My oldest daughter wants to have it framed in her room, so that is probably where this will end up. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I enjoyed working on it. And then I flipped over drill here. Interesting. Oh, that's pretty convex. That's probably why. I will have to replace that drill. Okay. So I'll replace that drill. I am going to seal this because that's just the way it is. That, and I've had some problems with my youngest, who's a little rammy, actually peeling drills off of completed projects, and that's not cool. So that's something I'm going to start sealing these, I think, just for that reason more than anything else. But I think we're good. So I hope this was informative. Please go ahead and give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I've got a lot more diamond paintings that are on order that should be here in the reasonably near future. I've also got a few more Halloween crafts that I'm going to be working on, and at least one review of a product that I used during Halloween. So stick around, there's a lot more to come, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.